Yes. Children, today is our new chapter, that is force and laws of motion. Earlier we had completed one chapter, that is motion. Here first I want to explain what is the force. In our day-to-day life, we find that effort is required to move a body or to stop a moving body. We require some external effort. This effort is in the form of muscular effort, or the concept of force is based on this, we can say. In fact, no one has seen force or tested force. However, we see or feel the effect of the force. So today, children, we are going to see what are the common effect of the force. Common effect of the force. You have to write fair notes in your copy with the help of this blackboard or with this video. Common effect of force. First, a force may move a body at rest. A force may move a body. A force may move a body at rest. I mean to say that when we kick a football kept on the ground with our foot, then what we'll see? Football moves. So football kept on the ground with our foot, the football moves. Similarly, the second one, a force may stop a moving body. A force may stop a moving body. Force may stop a moving body. For example, when a player catches a moving cricket ball, the force applied by the player hands stop the moving ball. Third one, a force can change the speed of the body. A force can change the speed of the body. Speed of the body. This is the third effect may be seen. When a ball is dropped from a certain height, the speed of the ball goes on increasing due to gravitational pull of the earth. So on the ball in the downward direction, the gravitational force is there and ball is going downward. On the other hand, if I throw the ball vertically upward against the gravitational pull of the earth, so what will happen? Ball goes on decreasing the speed of the ball. So we can change the speed of the ball while falling downward and while throwing upward. In both the side, the speed of the body may be changed. What is the fourth effect of the force? A force may change the direction of a moving body. A force may change the direction of a moving body. When a moving cricket ball hits by a bat, then the cricket ball moves in a different direction. So this is also effect of force. A force may change the size and shape of the body. A force may change the size and shape of the object. These are the 5 things which we can see. When we place a rubber ball or a balloon with our 2 hands, the shape of the ball or shape of the balloon changes, it becomes compressed. So dear children, these are the common effects of the force we can see easily. So from these 5 examples, I conclude that force is an external effect in the form of force is an external effect in the form of pushing, pulling, stretching, and compressing which may move a body at rest or stop a moving body, change the speed of the body, change the direction of a moving body, or change the size and shape of the body. So this is a force. Is that clear? Write down what is force and what are the common effects of force. We can see. Write down. Now, forces can be broadly divided into 2 parts. Balanced force and unbalanced force. First, I am going to explain balanced force. If the resultant of all the forces, if the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is 0, then the forces are called balanced force. I mean to say that suppose I am standing here. 2 boys are applying a force from this side and 2 boys are applying a force from this side. From this side and from this side, 2 boys are applying a force. So my position does not change because from both the sides equal forces are acting. So I can say while the balanced forces are occurring, it can't change the state of rest or state of uniform motion or the direction of the motion of the body. I mean to say that if the body is at rest, will remain at rest. If the body is in motion, will remain in motion. At that time the forces are occurring. That is called balanced force. Now, what do you mean by unbalanced force? What do you mean by unbalanced force? If the resultant of all the forces, if the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is not zero, acting on a body is not zero, then they are called unbalanced force. These unbalanced force can change the state of rest or state of uniform motion or the direction of the motion of the body. These are called unbalanced force. Now, examples of balanced and unbalanced force. We are performing a simple activity. Examples of balanced and unbalanced force. Suppose this is a table. Here is a table. Here. This is the table here. On this table, suppose I kept a wooden block. Here is a wooden block. So let us consider a wooden block placed on this horizontal table and a string X is attached to the right face of the block. Here you attach a string X in this direction. When I apply a small force P in this direction, if I apply a small force P along this direction, the block does not move because two pairs of balanced force are acting on the block. What is that? First, in the downward direction, weight mg of the block, weight mg of the block acting vertically downward on the table. Then second one is a force of reaction. A force of reaction opposite to that here R. A force of reaction R of the horizontal table, R of the horizontal table acting on the block vertically upward, acting on the block vertically upward. So this is a one kind of balance force vertically, and I can say here R is equal to mg. It is a balance force. Due to this force, it helps to move the block. It can't move the block vertically upward and downward. It fails to move. It is a kind of balance force. Here is an applied force P tending to move the block to the right, but in opposite direction. Here a force of friction F till P is equal to F. Here is the applied force and here is the force of friction in opposite direction. Till P is equal to F, the block does not move. It's another kind of balance force. So F is equal to P. Therefore, this is the second pair of balance force which fails to move the block in the horizontal direction. So this balance force does not move the body in horizontal direction. This balance force fails to move the body in vertical direction. Is it clear? Right. Now, third point. As we go on increasing the applied force to the string X, इस फोर्स को बढ़ाते जाइए. एक ऐसी स्टेज आएगी कि ब्लॉक मूव करने लगेगा. ए स्टेज कम्स when the block begins to move. So at that time I can say the applied force P becomes greater than the maximum value of opposing force of friction F. The applied force P is greater than F. This is called unbalanced force. When this occurs, the second pair of force becomes unbalanced. That is why the motion is produced in the block. So I hope that you understood what are the balanced force and what are the unbalanced force. One and very simple example I can take. In a tug of war, रस्सी युद्ध आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कहीं. In the tug of war, in the tug of war, rope pulling by two teams. Suppose here is a rope, 10% are in this direction or 10% are in this direction, or then they are pulling the rope. What happened? From both the sides, rope is pulling. So rope pulling by the two teams, the rope does not move in any direction because the force applied by the two teams either from left side or from the right side are equal and opposite. So these forces are applied by the two teams are called balance force. Okay? However, when one team releases the rope, एक टीम ने अगर रोप को छोड़ दिया है, then what happens? An unbalanced force act on the other team, due to which the other team falls backward or may get injured. So this is the again example of balanced and unbalanced force. Now children, in the continuation of this, we are going to perform a small activity that is performed first by a scientist named Galileo. Galileo observation. For that, he take an inclined plane. Here is an horizontal surface. Here is an height of inclined plane. Suppose this height here is h. An inclined plane here is something like this. In both the direction, the angle made by horizontal are same. So in this case, angle made by this inclined plane in both the sides with the horizontal is same. Take a marble here. What is going on? Galileo observed that when a small marble rolls down an ideal frictionless plane inclined on both the sides, then he take a different observations. Velocity of the ball goes on increasing due to the unbalanced force of helping gravity. Okay, so now what are the first observation here? बॉल यहां से पहले यहां आएगी, देन इधर जाएगी, like this, in this manner. The ball then climbs up in an inclined plane on the right. The velocity of the ball goes on decreasing due to the unbalanced force of opposing gravity. Now in the first case, when the angle of inclination θ1 of right side plane is same as that of left side plane, then the distance covered by the ball before stopping is the same. Suppose this distance from here to here is s and this distance from here to here is s1. In this case, we can say the distance covered by the marble is same. थीटा is equal to θ1 के ऊपर ये जो distance है, height is same, we can say. Now, on the second case, where I decrease the angle of inclination in this manner, say here is θ2, then here is θ3, here. In the second case, what I observe here, see that say this distance is s2 and this distance is s3. When the inclination of right side plane reduces to θ2, then the distance covered by the ball before stopping increases. So I mean to say that s2 is greater than s1, while that of the angle of inclination जो है हमारा θ2 is less than to that of θ1. This is the height remains the same. Height is always same. देखिए आप, it is going up to the same height. When the angle of inclination of right side plane is again reduced to a θ3 here, then distance increases. S3 is greater than S2 is greater than S1. So I can say θ3 is less than θ2 is less than θ1 in this manner. Distance increases. At the last, angle reduces if the right side plane were made horizontal like this. Angle reducing continuously. The marble ball would continue to travel forever, trying to reach the same height from which it was released. So what are the conclusions made by Galileo here? That is important. So Galileo concluded that an unbalanced force is required to initiate the motion. But no unbalanced force needed to sustain the uniform motion. to sustain the uniform motion. आप देख सकते हैं यहां पर जब ये हॉरिजॉन्टल कर दिया है तो एक बार बॉल को हमने छोड़ा तो इट इज गोइंग फॉर एवर इफ इट इज एन फ्रिक्शनलेस सरफेस. Sustain the uniform motion, that is object move with a constant speed. That is object move with a constant speed. Along a straight line when no force act on them. When no force act on them. Constant speed along a straight line. So this is the Galileo observation. Is that clear, children? So today what we saw, what is force, effect of force, balance and unbalanced force, Galileo observation. Okay.